Hello, good afternoon to all. Whether my voice is audible, screen is visible to all, please reply. Hello, Mahesh, voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in last lecture, we have started the chapter number 4, that is the thermal energy based processes, where we have to study 4 different processes like electron beam machining, ion beam machining, plasma arc machining, and laser beam machining. These 4 machining processes we have to study under the non-traditional machining process, which are working based on thermal energy or heat energy, and that was utilized to melt the material or vaporize the material by using the heat that was produced either by laser beam, either by electron beam, either by plasma or ion beam. So these are the means, those are generating the heat that was utilized to remove the material from the surface of the workpiece. As we studied earlier, that is the electron beam machining. It was invented in 1952 on 1952 in Germany. Electron beam is nothing but high energy beam machining process that we have discussed, that is used to generate high energy electrons, and whatever the material removal mechanism, it will be because of the melting and rapid vaporization due to intense heating, huge heating that is occur because of the electron. We studied this line diagram of EBM machine in last lecture. Then this is another block diagram which will show the electron beam machining process, where it will describe how the machining is to be carried out by using the electron beam. For that purpose, we require the electron beam gun, right? And by using that gun, we are allowing the electron beam on a small spot in order to remove the material from the workpiece. We have described all this part. So the spot size, it will be vary in a range of 10 to 100 microns only. These are the diagrams that you have drawn, that how the material removal is to be takes place by using a electron beam machining to localize heating by focus electron beam. It will be shown over here. This will be the workpiece, and this will be the we may call as a support to mount the workpiece on table. Then gradual formation of hole, it will be shown in this figure by applying the electron beam on a very small short size spot area. By bombarding of the electrons beam on this area, the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy, and localized melting of that particular part, it will be carried out because of that hole is to be generated in a workpiece. Likewise, the total hole penetration until auxiliary support, it will occurs, and at the base of this workpiece on auxiliary support, uh, because of that, whatever the material is to be removed during the machining, it will be spill out from this part. So due to high pressure, vapor pressure, whatever the material removed during the process, it will be released from this hole because of a high vacuum that was available in a vacuum chamber. As you know that whatever the process of electron beam machining process, the workpiece is always mounted in a vacuum chamber. Now why it is to be mounted, we will discuss here in this slide. Why vacuum chamber is to be maintained? Because in order to avoid the collision between electron and air molecule, because of that collision, electron, it will be get scattered anywhere, and because of that, there will be possibility of losing the energy by the electron. It will affect the cutting ability of that electron. For that purpose, in order to avoid scattering of the electron, we kept or allow the laser beam through the vacuum chamber where we are mounting the workpiece. These are the different equipment we will discuss in detail in last lecture. Electron beam gun. We require the in order to maintain the vacuum, you must require the rotary pump and diffusion pump. How it will work and how much amount of power supply is to be required. That we have already discussed in last lecture. Then we discuss about the which are the process parameters you must have to think while selecting the electron beam machining process for the removing of a material. Where main part are the what is the accelerating voltage, what is the beam current, how much is the amount of beam current, what will be the range for the beam current you have to select, what is the pulse duration and how much is to be kept, what is the energy per pulse we have discussed, power per pulse, what is the spot size, what is the power density, which are the parameters those are affecting the power density, that is nothing but the pulse duration and the size of the spot, it will vary the power density. Then at last we discuss about the different formulae in order to calculate the penetration range, how it will be calculated, and the speed of the electron under the control of the electric field, how it will be calculated. And last, as we know that the current and the voltage during this EBM process, electron beam process, by using the two parameters, we can easily calculate the power. Also, there are some parameters or formulas, those are utilized in case of EBM machining. That is the force of beam on molten metal. It will be calculated by formula F is equal to 0.35 into I into square root of E, and the unit of force it is in time. And last, that is the whatever the power requirement in electron beam machining process, that is approximately proportional to the material removal. So P, what is the P? P is the power. What is the MRR? That is the material remove rate. It is directly proportional. And the proportionality sign, it will be replaced by the constant C. So we may write P is equal to C into MRR. What is the C? That was the constant of the proportionality. And how? What is its value? It is to be 12 watt per mm cube per minute for tungsten, right? If you are using the metal removal of the tungsten, at that time value of the C it will be taken as a 12, and it will be taken as a 7, 6 and 4. 7 is for iron. When titanium is there, value of C is the 6, and when aluminum is used for material for the workpiece, at that time we may take 4 as a value for the C, that is a constant C, right? So I think this slide we have not covered in last lecture. Power we have calculated, right? At these two formulae, force of beam on molten metal, F is equal to 0.34 I, that is the current, E is the voltage or potential difference. So we can calculate EF. Write down these formulas. Okay, is it over? Okay. Now, write down the heading. That is a process capability in case of a electron beam machining process. What are the capability of this machining process? We have to discuss about it. This EBM process, that is the electron beam machining process, it will be utilized to drill the hole in a diameter which is ranging from 100 micron to 2 mm with a depth up to 15 mm. Right? Means by using this electron beam machining process, we can drill the hole to the diameter. It will be vary in a range of 100 microns to the 2 mm, and we can drill the hole in a depth up to a 15 mm. So, if you are considering it is in a terms of a length to diameter ratio, it will be around 10. That will be the capability of this electron beam machining process. There would be an edge rounding at the entry point that will be required. Means during drilling of the hole, at that time the rounding of edge it will be takes place. Then for which material we can utilize this electron beam machining process? We can use this process for the steel, plain steel, stainless steel, titanium, nickel superalloys, aluminum, as well as plastic, ceramics. We may use the leather that will be easily machined, and this process is successfully utilized for the machining of these all materials like steel, titanium alloys, plastic, leather, ceramic. Then one of the most important parameter related to this electron beam machining process, that is a whatever the HAZ, that is heat affected zone, is narrow due to the shorter pulse duration, and typically the zone of the heat affection that was ranging in a terms of in a range of 20 to 30 microns. So heat affected zone it will be having an impact, and that was a depend on a type of the pulse duration. If short pulse duration is there, the heat affected zone it will be getting narrow and it will be ranging in a range of 20 to 30 microns. This is the diagram. It will show the curve shape of the electron beam drill hole. Right. So we are initiating the drill from over here. As we go on drilling in the workpiece, at that time at the bottom we are getting the curve shape. So to initiate the drilling, we require the edge rounding at the entry point. The rounding of the edge at the entry point. You may draw this diagram. Draw the diagram. There is a curve shape of electron beam drill hole. Okay, is it over? Also, there will be one graph that will show you the machining capability of the steel and the aluminum. If you are thinking this diagram, the material like aluminum and titanium alloys are very easier to machine as compared to the steel. So this will be the speed per second. Q, that is the amount of materials to be removed. So variation in drilling speed with the volume of the material removal. That graph it will show the as we go on increasing the speed, the material removal or machining of the aluminum alloy as well as the titanium alloy. It will be more easy or as compared to the machining of the steel. In case of a electron beam machining process, we cannot apply the cutting force on workpiece. So whatever the process of removing of the material, it will be a very simple. So it will require the simple work holding device and the holes that we can drill by using this machining process. It will be having a very less angle, shallow angle. It is in a range of 20 degree to 30 degree. In that much range of the angle, we can drill a hole by using the electron beam machining. So this is the diagram that will show the variation in drilling speed with the volume of the material removed. Right? Draw this diagram. It will be useful to study the capability of the electron beam machining process. Take a time to draw this diagram. Okay. So then this slide it will be focusing on a design consideration in case of electron beam machining process. So while using the electron beam machining process, non-reflective workpieces that must be preferable one. Means we have to use the workpiece which is having a non-reflective characteristic. Also, by using this EBM process, there will be difficult to produce the sharp corners, and we must have to produce the deep cut, and that deep cut they can produce the tapers while drilling the hole which is having a higher depth. During this machining process, we must have to consider effect of the high temperature, because when the electron beam it will be striking on a surface, the kinetic energy is converted into heat energy, and by due to this heat energy, high temperature is to be produced during the machining, and we must have to consider the effect of that high temperature on the material of the workpiece also. And in order to avoid the scattering of the electrons, we must have to provide the vacuum chamber where you have to carrying out the machining process. Such kind of the electron beam machining process, it will be utilized for the batch production, where small number of the component you have to manufacture, right? So these are the certain parts, uh, points that must have to consider while designing the electron beam machining process for the machining of a material like titanium, aluminum, alloys, right? Leather, ceramic that we have discussed earlier. Note down this point: design consideration in a electron beam machining process. Okay, is it over? Then this will be the chart or table. It will give the comparative performance between different processes like plasma jet, electrochemical machining, electrodischarge machining, ultrasonic machining. Now we are dealing with the electron beam machining, where material remove rate that will be 0.001 centimeter cube per second, and the power consumption that will be near about 1,500, and relative capital equipment cost per unit material remove rate that will be near about 40,000. So we require more capital cost as comparative to the above mentioned processes, right? And there will be a more capital cost it will be required in case of a laser beam machining when you are comparing with the electron beam machining process. You may write this chart also, value in the chart. Okay. Next, we will discuss about the advantages of this electron beam machining process. The main advantage of this electron beam machining process that we can machine the component with very close tolerances, extremely close tolerances. Whatever the heat affected zone that will be produced during the machining, it is a very minimum, and it can machine almost all the material irrespective of their properties. It may be a mechanical, it may be a thermal, right? The electron beam machining, where we can use the beam that must be concentrated on a very small area from where you have to remove the material from the workpiece. This process, it will be have capability to provide a better surface finish with a narrow curve edge, right? And whatever the distortion that was happen because of the thermal energy or heat energy, means distortion due to the heat, it will be very less by using this electron beam machining process. And as we know that it will be a very fast process as compared to the another as compared to the uh, another non-mechanical machining processes, right? The process is fast because it is entirely non-mechanical process. So the operation is to be carried out of machining by using the electron beam, that will be a very fast, right? These are the some of the advantages of electron beam machining process. Write down these advantages. Okay. Then we discuss about the limitations of the electron beam machining process. As we see in previous slide, the initial cost or operating cost, it will be more, near about the 41,000, right? The equipment cost, it will be high in case of electron beam machining process. So during the machining process, there will be possibility of the interaction of the electron beam. When they strike on a surface of the workpiece, there will be possibility of producing the X-rays, and that X-rays are the harmful and hazardous to the human being. So proper shielding of that workplace, it will be very essential in case of the electron beam machining process. So one of the most requirement of this electron beam machining process, that you must have to require vacuum. That is, vacuum is essentially required in a machining zone in case of a electron beam machining. That is the very most priority for the electron beam machining process, that vacuum is required or essential. As we know that material remove rate, it will be very small, as we discuss in this table. There is a, this will be the material remove rate. It will be very small, and this will be the initial capital cost, right? The capital cost is high, as comparatively material remove rate, it will be a lower one. So it will be applicable for the small amount of the batches. So we may call it as a, it will be applicable for small volume of cuts, and this will be economical process, as it is having a less amount of material removal rate, right? Because of a very low material removal rate, this process, it will be economical for small volume cut. Means large amount of material is not removal of the large amount of the material. It will be not possible by using this process, or that will be a some costly one if you have to remove the large amount of the material from the workpiece. As we have carried out this process by using the electron beam, to handle certain accelerated electrode, we must have required training to the labor. So we require the skilled labor in order to operate such kind of the machining process, that is the electron beam machining. Definitely that will work on an electron, and in order to accelerate that electron, we require the very high voltage. So that will be the another requirement or limitation of this electron beam machining process. Mainly as material removal rate, it will be a smaller one. Such kind of the machining processes are to be used for machining for the thinner parts only. For machining of the thinner part, we can use the laser beam machining. But thicker part cannot be, it may be machine, but it will require the more time, it will require the more cost in order to remove the large amount of the material from the thicker part. So these are the some of the limitations of the electron beam machining process. Write down these limitations. Okay. I request all of you to write your roll number in chat box for the attendance. Please write your roll number in chat box for the attendance. Anybody is remaining? Whether these limitations are over, please reply audibly. Have you written the limitations? Hello? Yes, Sonali. Have you written the limitations? Sonali Tawan?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, last point that was related with the applications of this electron beam machining process. This electron beam machining process, it will be used for producing a very small diameter hole. It will be ranging up to 0.002 inch, and especially such kind of the machining process that are utilized for the machining in a very small amount. So it will become under the category of the micro machining process, or it will be adapted for micro matching purpose. The major applications of this electron beam machining process, it will be related with the machining of the thin material. You have to cut the slot, you have to drill the holes which are having a high depth to the diameter ratio. Means depth to the diameter ratio, it will be a high one, and it will be as more than 100 as to 1. Here we can drill the hole with a depth up to 100 mm with the diameter 1 mm. Right? So that much high depth of the hole with the diameter ratio we can drill by using this electron beam machining process. Such kind of this machining process, it will be used in case of the dies. Those are used for the wire drawing process, which are having very small cross sectional area. So dies which are having a very small cross sectional area that was utilized for the wire drawing purpose can be machined or prepared by using this electron beam machining process. This process, it will be used as an alternative to the light optics manufacturing methods, and that mainly utilized in case of the manufacturing of the semiconductor industry. Means we can replace this light optic manufacturing method in case of a semiconductor industry by using the electron beam machining process. Write down some of the applications of this electron beam machining process. Okay. So the another application that is a, as we are using the electrons, those are having very shorter wavelength than that of the light, and such beam of the electron we can easily focus. So electron beam machining method that will particularly useful for high resolution lithography, and it will be utilized for the manufacturing of the complex ICs, that is the integrated circuits. Also, welding can be done with the electron beam, notably in the manufacturing of the aircraft engine parts. So, whenever necessary for the welding of the aircraft engineering parts, we may use as a laser beam machining as a one of the metal joining process like as an welding. So these are the another some applications of this laser beam machining process. You may write these applications also. So last point, it will be related with the characteristics, means overall summary of this electron beam machining process. It is the characteristics of this electron beam machining process. In case of this process, whatever the material removal it will be takes place, it is because of a mainly melting, and that was followed by the vaporization. The medium that was utilized for the machining, that will be a, we must require the vacuum during the machining process in order to avoid the scattering of the electrons. The tool that was used during this machining process, that is a beam of electrons, and that are moving with a very high kinetic energy. The material removal rate maximum that was obtained by using this electron beam machining process, that is a 10 millimeter cube per minute. म्हणजे एका मिनिटाला 10 मीटर क्यूब क्यूब एवढं मटेरियल रिमूव्हल रेट आहे. Whatever the power consumed, that is a specific power consumption during this EBM process, it is a 450 watt per square per minute. Then what are the critical parameters that you have to consider during the electron beam machining process? That is these are the parameters those are affecting the performance of this electron beam machining process. That is the accelerating voltage, diameter of the electron beam, speed of the work table, and the melting temperature. By using this machining process, we can machine almost all kind of the materials. If you are concentrating upon the applications related with the shape, so this machining process, it will be useful for drilling the fine hole in order to cut the contours in case of the machining of the sheets, and it can also utilize to cut the narrow slot. So narrow slot, certain contours, and fine holes can be drilled by using this electron beam machining process. But one of the limitations, what are the limitations of this process? That is a, we require high power consumption. It must require the vacuum, and the operating cost of this machining process, that was the expensive one. So I think this will be the last slide that was focusing on electron beam characteristics. Write down each and every point on this slide. So that will give the overall summary of this electron beam machining process. Okay, I think this is sufficient uh, for this today's lecture. From last lecture, we are starting with this EBM process. In these two lectures, we have completely covered all the points related to the electron beam machining process. Uh, if you have any doubt related to this process, please ask me. Okay, anyone have any query related to the electron beam machining process? So in next lecture, we will start with the plasma arc machining. It will be quite similar to this laser beam machining process. Sorry, electron beam machining process. In next lecture, we will starting with this plasma arc machining. So only two machining process they are remaining. That is the laser and ion beam machining. More than 3 or 4 lecture, it is sufficient to cover this chapter. So in this week, we will cover this fifth chapter, right? And there will be one chapter that is the metal coating. Next week, we'll cover that chapter also. So I have yesterday I have sent a link and question paper of ISC one re-ISC first. So those are unable to give the ISC one, and those are remain absent for this ISC one. They have to write the ISC two re-ISC one and send the answer sheet in PDF form on a link of Google that was already sent on your WhatsApp group. So based on this ISC1, we have to finalize the term work, right? So everyone must have to write the answers of the ISC1. Okay, if you have any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, we will stop over here. Anyone have any doubt relating to this process? Okay, then we will stop over here. Thank you. Okay, who is asking? Is Sonali? No one have a query. We will stop over here. Thank you.